Yeah, what the heck?
I'm sure
Are you
good
guys
time.
just like a bunch of Halo nerds or something?
What?
Weird.
That's a
No,
bad
that's
word.
that's not
Bleep
what it's
that out.
supposed
Oh,
to be.
sorry, I
Soy Jack
forgot. We
moment.
don't say the H word here.
Neo and I have the same shirt and the same Master Chief helmet.
Represent.
Juffet!
Shout out to our legacy.
Our legacy member.
Legacy cast member Jaffet.
Well, welcome to the 10th episode of Not a Halo podcast, where you watch us eat and you listen to our mouth noises. No, in all seriousness, no. Though let's establish right now, anytime you take a bite or go to chew, do one of these.
Wearing a
Please.
headset, so that's a little
For the
bit
sake of
difficult.
Zacarra.
I hope it's
I
not
mean,
gonna like make a bunch of noise while
Here's
I'm
the
moving it.
here's the thing, though. I mean, you could do that, and I'll just mute it. And if you really want the mouth chewing noises, go to our Patreon.
Oh, let's go. Yes.
Oh, that's actually
Hell yeah.
incredible. What the hell? Well, I guess we're specifically going to chew into our mics today. Oh God!
You released the Chew Mike's version as the high
You
definition.
just signed yourself up for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, congratulations on 10 episodes. Actually, it's 12, but we're just going to forget those first two ever existed because we'll always have to say, oh, it's actually plus two, forevermore. So, yeah, welcome to, congratulations on 10 episodes, everyone. And thanks for having me back. I haven't been on for 3 weeks.
What a host. What a host.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks off. The audience won't realize that though. They'll miss me. I'll be on for this one, then they'll miss me on the future episode, and then so it kind of breaks it up. You get a little more Noah on a more regular basis. What more could you want? Anyway, what we plan to do and what we are currently executing on is every 10 episodes we will make a meal. We will all make the same meal. This week or this first 10th episode, we have all made Master Chief's chili. Woo! Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Cheering noises. Grunt birthday
I need
party.
a chili.
Except for Noah, because he fucking
I
forgot.
need a
Except
chili.
me, I actually literally forgot, so I made corned beef hash instead.
no.
And I
This is
have
really
a bunch
funny
of
'cause
over toasted pita too.
This is
so.
really funny because yesterday as well, like Alex was like, "Oh yeah, just checking in. How's everybody else's chili going?" Like
Right.
early
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. I'm awful. I can't believe it. Like honestly,
What you should have done is just like went to the grocery store and got like regular store brand chili or something.
I should have
Yeah,
done
just
that.
pretend
I thought
you did.
about
You
that.
could
Just like
lied.
baking it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But yeah.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Noah.
it begins. It begins.
So anyway, I'll be eating corned beef hash, which is now a little bit cold. The other funny thing is that you get to watch us eat slightly cold food because of the nature of recording. Eating food on set without a stagehand or production assistant is like that's almost impossible, you know. So because we're 20 minutes into our start time already, and all of us had to make the food prior to. Anyway, you know, it's a thing. So how we all doing? How's your chili?
I don't know yet.
Fucking hot, bro.
I think it's time to have the official first tasting.
Okay.
Let's go.
Is
We all
everyone
got to give
gonna
our
go-
tasting
time.
notes. You know,
All right.
some of us have never had chili before. Vern didn't even know what it was. Neo didn't really know what it was either.
Yeah. The thing is, I did get corrected by one of my friends. I mentioned last recording, so the next episode. We actually do have chili, but it's chili con carne, which is like, you know.
Yeah, we've got that as well.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
they're
kind of
definitely
chili.
different.
But
I had to
never liked
I had
that.
to actually like explain to my mum, like, no, they're not actually the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Are we diving into the chili?
Oh no,
I've
it's
had it.
already
I think we should go in alphabetical order. So give tasting notes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's me first, as usual.
As usual.
Right. So I've got a bit of American cheese, I think, on this. A bit of American, a bit of cheddar. And I couldn't find burger spice or rub, damn good burger spice, since it's like Chicago or whatever. So I looked online and made my own sort of burger rub, and I marinated the ground beef in that instead. Hopefully, that turns out fine. You know, Steve Downs was not kidding. Best chili of your freaking life. That's
Wow.
really good. That is
Fuck yeah.
really good.
Oh, bomb.
Like, it's not
Well,
too spicy. It's not too umami or whatever. It's just like, it's a really good chili.
oh, that's
Nice.
excellent.
Does it taste like it's from 2552?
I
Roughly.
wouldn't know. Unfortunately, I was only born in 2001.
Would you
Shit.
say that you
Oh my
hope that it
god,
still tastes
Alex,
like
you're
that
a
in 20?
baby.
You didn't know?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Well,
when you turn
she's about to
21.
be 21.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh man.
I mean,
need
I'm
to-
not much
People
older.
born-
I'm just 2 years. Wait, yeah, 2 years older.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that big of a
So I'm
deal.
kind of a baby too.
Not that big of a deal.
Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Well, we don't have to go
Wait.
structured like one at a time.
Wait,
so Neo, you
how
can start
old
eating
are
it
you
tomorrow.
though? What the fuck?
I'm 23.
Oh,
am I.
okay. So you basically like me. Okay.
Yeah.
You're 22. Actually, I'm
I
about to be
mean,
Aren't
24.
we both 22?
I'm 23.
I
am
don't want to brag,
23.
but
I was born in 1998.
I'm 23 in let's see, I can't count 8 days.
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
cool.
Hell yeah.
We got to do something for your birthday.
So next episode, birthday podcast.
Yeah,
You might.
exactly. Specific episode, definitely.
Hell yeah.
That's
Sweet.
coming up.
All right, Neo, what do you think of your chili?
It's pretty damn good with the cheese on it. Weirdly enough, it actually reminds me of lasagna a little bit. I was saying at the start because of like just kind of differences with like what's actually available in the New Zealand market. I had to like substitute. I had to cut back like half on the beef. So what I did is I doubled up with 2 onions, 2 potatoes. I used puree, a can of tomato puree instead of tomato sauce because everyone else in the house was like, that'll probably be too sweet. And I was like, fuck you, I want to do it the American way. But then they were like, nah. So I did find a little bit of tomato sauce, but it was like the end of the bottle. But I put that in, got the puree. We went with medium spiced kidney beans. No, sorry, medium spiced chili beans. And also I got some like chili con carne like powder mix, which
Nice.
I also threw that in, and I also threw in some actual like ground chili, some separate like cumin, everything else that was on the thing, just all the spices in my house I could find. I just threw them all in, and it tastes really fucking good.
What did you do about the burger spice?
Well, that's what I got the chili con carne spice for.
I see.
Kind of
Okay.
try and get around that, and also just all the extra spices because we don't even have an equivalent to that here. Like I looked and I couldn't find anything.
Oh, actually, I have a few more questions since I was a bit of a stickler about the ingredients.
Yeah,
What quality ground beef did you get? Like, what mix of lean and fat?
I got the $10 one. For
Cool.
reference,
Which probably
the
means
2
you
pounds
got-
of,
You
for
probably got
reference,
like 1585 or something.
Yeah, that's what I got.
it was pretty much not. Yeah, I think it was premium, but it's also from like a just local supermarket. So
They've got percentages right on the package normally. So
'Cause at least from what I know, for burgers, when you're making burgers, you're going to want something like 80-20 or 85-15 or something.
yeah.
yeah, just because the
Um,
fat gives it a little more something.
Yeah, exactly.
No
think in
reason
our
to pay
case,
more.
We didn't I didn't have to like skim the fat off or anything.
Mhm.
I think our beef in general is maybe has less fat in it compared to the American
It's less
stuff,
American.
but I'm actually not sure. So I didn't really have a comparison base there because I guess the other thing is like this is pretty much all our first time making it, right?
Basically, I've made stew before, but
Yeah.
not chili.
Yeah.
Would have been.
But no, it's damn tasty, and now that I know that basically the whole recipe is just you fucking throw everything in a pot for like 4 hours, I'll probably just make it more in the future.
I
it's
told
good.
you guys. That's
It's-
why we started with this. We're going to only get more complicated with the meals. So
Oh
Yeah.
no.
that's why we started with chili. Chili's easy. I wanna be the dad that teaches you guys to cook.
When we have Marty O'Donnell on, we should probably make like foie gras or something.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I never thought of that. We should all acquire foie gras. That would probably be really expensive,
It would be.
and more than likely, most of us would ruin it. Not me, of course. Never. I'm an excellent chef.
You're just gonna forget
Right,
about it.
right.
If you guys,
I made corned beef hash. I'm an excellent
Wow.
chef.
for that one, if you guys all come over and stay with me and Noah at that point, would probably be moved in together. But I'll make it for you guys.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
let's
Sounds
go.
good. I can try and make one of my dessert recipes,
Oh yeah.
I guess. I also apparently make really good burgers, but that's literally all I can make without just fucking burning shit.
I stayed a whole chili.
Oh no.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, good.
I think it had
Let's
boots in
go.
it.
The kick. That's nice.
Well, Vern, what do you think? Come on.
All right. I haven't tasted yet, so it's gonna be the first time. I guess I'm gonna go with the backstory first. Like I
Edgy
got
anime
all the-
backstory.
I got all the ingredients. I like the recipe said like canned tomatoes and tomato sauce.
Mhm.
I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get like, you know, what's it called? Fucking crushed tomatoes. So yeah, you know, tomatoes in sauce, basically the canned version.
Like the canned crushed tomatoes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I just got that, and yeah, I since I don't have meat, I didn't
My
like
God, Noah.
it. What is he doing? What the fuck?
Sorry, I had to close my
Brother in
curtain.
Christ, what are you doing?
Oh,
I had to close my curtain, but I realized you couldn't even see what I was doing because my arm disappeared into the sunlight. It's so
Yeah.
white.
fucking heaven.
He's
Jesus.
reaching to the hand of God to receive a
Wow.
message.
I'm reaching to the hand of Master Chief to hand me a bowl of chili for God's sake.
Yeah,
I want to try this
you
shit.
didn't prepare it.
Literally,
but-
Steve Downs. Do I have to make everything for you?
Exactly.
But since I didn't have meat, I didn't let it cook for 4 hours. I only let it cook for 2 hours. Basically, so I just skipped that part.
Yeah.
But funny thing is, I released my video today, so I worked really hard on my video the last like 3 days. So when I made it yesterday, I kind of forgot about it for like maybe half an hour or more. And when I
hell yeah.
went and
Nice.
checked on it, it like kind of burnt, you know, because there wasn't any water left.
Oh no.
So-
Yeah.
It kind of I tasted it, and it kind of has this this like, you know, subtle taste of burnt food, but it works.
It's got
It
a bit
works,
of
I
a crust on it.
Well, you
Yeah,
know what?
so you just-
Chili's
hey,
kind of like
just
that,
call
you
it-
know. It's
Bro, you just call it
Yeah.
Reach Chili.
It's barbecue.
yeah, reach chili.
Just call it Reach Chili.
Wow. Just need some glass shards inside of it. No,
We-
but
One noble chili, you could call it.
no.
There you
No,
go.
chili. Fuck, that's funny.
Nice.
You know, I want to do Moa burgers or something like that. Like
Oh,
that
that
would
would
be
be
cool.
another
That would be
good meal.
cool.
You know, Moa burgers, quote unquote. Like we do some mixture of meats. Yeah.
Wait, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think if we look at the Moa Burger Pringles and look at the ingredients or whatever, we can figure out like a rub or something.
No, I think so. Straight up, I think we could. I think we should do that on the next one.
Well, because it's been like, we didn't have that like promotion here, which pisses me the fuck off. Because the moa is from
Same.
New Zealand. It's a New Zealand bird. Unfortunately, my ancestors ate them all because they tasted really good. But a friend of mine in the States sent me over some moa Pringles, and wasn't it? It's like spicy beef almost or something.
They did. Oh, good. I'm glad because I was trying to do that for you, but I couldn't figure out how to chip it. So I'm glad you got some.
Is that code for just you ate them all?
I still have some.
Oh, nice, nice.
I have multiple cans still. I
Hell
bought
yeah.
18 cans.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I know someone that bought like at least 100.
I bought Walmart
But,
out. Oh my god.
To be fair, it is probably actually. It's not my favorite flavor of Pringles, but it is one of the best flavors of Pringles I think I've ever had. So, completely valid.
Amen.
But yeah, the moa is like a New Zealand bird, so I'd like totally be up for doing something like that.
what we could do is we could genetically re-engineer the moa and then raise them, and in
That's what I was
about
thinking.
a couple of
This is
years
this podcast.
we can
Didn't they
actually
already make like a
harvest
series of
them.
movies about that called like Jurassic Park or something, where it just didn't
Yeah.
What?
go
I don't
well?
know what you mean.
Neo,
Sign up
what
to our
is-
Patreon so we can.
You were
so we can
too
afford.
concerned with whether or not you could. You never stopped to ask if you should.
Okay,
Neo,
Mr.
what
Goldblum.
is your favorite Pringles flavor?
So I don't know if they have it everywhere, but it is Parmesan. I think it's Parmesan. Hold on. Let me go to the website. Do not ever go if you go to set them on fire. They are a horrible, horrible store to work at. Maybe don't put that on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll cut that out.
I'm pretty sure there's something I signed that's like you cannot talk shit about our store.
Okay.
Or we will sue you. It is actually not on. Huh. Okay. Well, it must have been a limited flavor because they don't have it anymore on the website. But it was
Was it just Parmesan? Or
no, it was another one.
Why are you saying it like you're from New Zealand?
I did that as a joke.
Parmesan?
Parmesan.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't know.
I'm not
We say
French.
Parmesan. I mean, you might say it in
Well, it
New
depends
Zealand,
on where
Parmesan.
you're from. Yeah. But
yeah.
in
That doesn't mean
Italian-
there's one right.
In
One
Italian,
right way.
you would say like Parmigiano.
Ooh.
When I go to like Price Spy, which
Look
is
at
the site I usually like compare prices of technologies at, and see if they have that flavor of Pringles.
Guys,
While you're doing that, I am going to pull up. I mean, what the fuck am I saying? God, I cannot talk today. I will tell you about my breakfast.
I don't think
I'm
anyone
having
cares
corned
about your
beef hash.
breakfast.
There's an egg there, and there's some pita here that's over toasted. But the reason I did corned beef hash is because my mom made some corned beef, and it was way too salty. In fact, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. I mean, it's horrible. It's serious. It's like just pouring salt into my mouth. So corned beef hash kind of helped it out. Frankly, I'm probably gonna have to scrap what's left here because it is still pretty freaking salty. It's awful. So that's what I'm enjoying. You know,
should have made the chili.
should have made the chili. Wow, that's
This
a good
thing,
idea.
this thing fucks. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
I will have it next week. I'll have it to talk about it next week.
I'll probably be out of chili by then, to be honest.
That's fine. I mean, again, it'll be a bit.
Every episode should be a chili episode.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Make chili every Sunday.
No, but honestly, I'm
What's
probably
the-
gonna start making this like for real.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
That's good.
Seriously.
What's the like
Good,
kick
good, I've
like in
done
it
it.
for everyone?
I've converted
Because in my one, it's like the spice is kind of it's not like a build up spice. It's like constantly there, but it's like just enough so it like adds to the flavor, but it doesn't like it's not offensive, you know?
It's a very enjoyable level of spice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I the thing is, I never had chili in my chili, but I did have like a chili paste, and I kind of like it because it's kind of in the background, just chilling. And sometimes you feel it creep up, but it's never too much.
Chilling. Ha.
Chilling. Wow. But yeah, so it's a very very nice spice.
Brainstorm like more video game foods that we can make.
Like,
I guess-
what's the grunt national dish?
I'm not gonna say it.
Yep.
Oh,
Don't.
nipple.
Food nipple.
I'm not saying it.
Oh my God! How do we make
nipple.
food nipple
Oh, yeah.
stuff?
I don't know.
It's gonna be like purple goo. Like
What if we
sounds
just
horrible.
like that's all we're gonna say about it. Like we're gonna make food nipple.
Maybe
but
it's
we
that
all make
fucking
our own interpretation
make
of it.
food nipple.
We're gonna
What
have
Maybe
the
it's
to.
just like that
That's
fucking
hilarious.
that blue milk that Luke drinks in
Oh,
The
yeah.
Last Jedi.
What I'm thinking
That's
is
yeah.
like, well, I'm thinking of like a warm milkshake. That's what I think food nipple probably is.
We're gonna have to make an OnlyFans account for this episode.
Oh,
I
Jesus
think-
Christ.
Oh man.
Oh
Oh,
man,
dear.
I actually, frankly, that sounds like hilarious. for us to all do our own interpretations on food nipple. That's amazing.
Who wants to tell
Um,
Ephraim that we have to put that in our for our RSS feed?
Hell yeah.
Episode 30, food nipple.
I did a little bit of digging, and I couldn't actually find the exact flavor or the exact design on it, in a New Zealand website. But the closest approximate flavor I can find that I believe is in the US is Parmesan cheese and roasted garlic.
Oh yeah. That's a good flavor.
I've never had that
I
one.
th-
It's
I
really
think
I'll go get
it's either that
be right
or
back.
it's like a really similar. It's like our region's version of it, but that's my favorite. When I was in actually not even just when I was out in Taranaki, I was basically just like devouring cans of that shit, just like tipping it into my mouth, like a fucking fat ass that I am.
Nice.
But it's really good.
Do you guys have sweet paprika? Pringles?
I've never seen them.
We do not.
What's so funny now? What the fuck?
We've got some like roasted
You almost
vegetable
killed me.
ones, and then
Wait,
all the rest
why?
of them are just our like normal
What's with
flavors.
sweet
We've got
paprika?
original sour cream chives, barbecue, I think chicken, and a cheese one, and I think that's
Chicken
our
Pringles.
usual lineup.
Noah, explain yourself.
Oh, just Neo calling himself a fat ass.
Oh,
Specifically to
I
say
am.
ass. To say ass with a long A, os, is something about that.
Did you not like see the fucking the one thing I've posted on Twitter that picked up traffic in the last like month?
No, my last month of Twitter's been pretty dry. I
Oh,
haven't
wow.
been on it. I know. I've actually been
Good for you,
starting to
good for you.
secede a little bit. I know it feels really good.
Oh my
my
God.
mental health has been pretty high.
dude, I want that life. shit.
Yeah, God, I wish that were me.
I realized like why should I keep up a marketing appearance for TravellingHalo when I don't even make videos, you know? I'll just keep a marketing appearance up whenever I make videos. That'd be that, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm on Twitter basically 24/7. Just
You're making
trying
stuff all the
to-
time?
Hey, I'm right here. Please
Yeah,
talk to
I
my
still
stuff.
exist. Yep. That's the whole reason I made a Twitter, was to promote TravellingHalo.
And to shitpost.
And to shitpost, which is really what I wind up using it for. It's so fun to do that. God,
Mhm.
Yeah.
my whole Twitter timeline is just shitposting.
I love it. And what's
That
so
is
great about
basically oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was
What's
just
so
gonna say oh,
yeah.
oh you're talking.
No,
You're
oh
talking.
shit.
No, you're talking. You're talking.
no, this is
No.
not-
Times two.
Oh, no.
Okay, the floor is
What a
yours.
nightmare.
What a nightmare.
I
Go
was
for
just
it.
gonna make a joke. It's fine.
Alphabetical order.
Yeah, let's just go
Alphabetical
with that.
order.
It's always alphabetical order.
If there's ever a conflict, just if you're the person below the other person, that person in the
Wow.
alphabet, let that person
the
go
fuck
first.
up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Fucking double.
Yeah,
E.
because you could. Yeah, you see, you can talk over me, Neo. You have talking rights over me
Makes sense.
in the alphabet hierarchy. Anyway, Alex, go ahead. About Twitter.
Oh yeah,
No.
like
Okay,
most of social media marketing is just shitposting anyway.
that's true.
Yeah. it
Yeah,
is.
just ask Wendy's and
Right.
Xbox.
I mean, I even studied marketing for like a semester, and yeah, basically.
Yeah. So Vern, what
Yeah.
are you gonna say?
Yeah, no, it's kind of depressing, but it's interesting with the state of Twitter now, because I fucking hate it, because it's just like Halo Twitter right now is probably in the worst state it's ever been because of the state of the game and what people
Yeah.
think of the show. So
I've noticed a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
people-
pretty much as low as could be.
yeah, it's horrible.
a lot of people are like hardcore coping with Halo right now.
It is some
Looking
hard
back towards the
coping.
old days, or like
I think Zacarra is trying to. I think she's just taped her mouth shut in an effort to try to not talk about her negative thoughts on the television show.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Right.
We
yeah.
watched the first episode together, and I literally canceled my subscription. I've never done that before.
Oh, you did.
They gave me a free month though, so I have to watch
No way.
at least for another month.
I'm trying to give it a chance as much as I can.
Yeah,
Here's my
same.
okay. Look, here's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's not have this go on longer than 5 minutes.
Yes, Zacarra,
Zacarra's
Alright.
on.
yeah.
Let's
Alright.
go.
Ignore.
Wait, you
Alright.
gotta
Here's the
make
problem.
wait, you gotta make sure you're on the video. You got if you disabled your
Yeah.
thing.
I'm on the video. I'm on the video.
Okay.
Ignore my bed.
Here's my problem. I just felt icky afterwards, so I just couldn't do that to myself. You know, I just watched the first episode and I felt like it's like when you're. This is gonna sound. I'm not gonna say that actually on the internet.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna come up with a different analogy. It's like when.
No. Say what you want to say, and then if I really hate it, I'll cut it out. And if
Just
it's
cut
like
it.
incriminating,
Oh God, that's right. That's how it felt. I just felt icky. I was just like, oh, this is so uncomfortable. And honestly,
Like-
I have to limit my negative associations with the franchise because I love it so much, and I don't want to like make it worse.
Imagine going
So-
from like the index and the Halo ring to like a giant fucking polystyrene block, right? That just like has all the Forerunner secrets, or it's like or something.
Yeah.
It's so
or
fucking
imagine
stupid.
pointing unpainted plasma pistols at each other.
Which is like,
Oh.
it's a damn shame because there's actually a lot of the show that's like actually really good. Like all the practical props and stuff are like pretty epic.
It's
Not gonna lie.
always the artsy
Silver Team?
Halo that's
Silver
Neo.
Team. Okay, not everything. I don't like the Covenant designs except for the Prophets.
I love the Covenant designs. That's the one thing I like.
Oh, okay.
The elites, like their skin and stuff looks cool, but this whole like armor shit that they've going on, like they look like fucking brutes,
beetle-like
man.
armor.
What the hell's going on?
They look like beetles, kind of.
I don't know how to describe
like
it. They look like stubby almost.
also,
Yeah.
what is my hair doing? Anyway, fucking ignore my hair, ignore my bed. I don't.
Also,
give a
what
shit.
is my hair doing? Turn your attention to me.
I hate you.
I hate you.
Okay, where
You tell
can
these people are together.
yeah, you can absolutely tell that we love each other very much and we're dating.
Yeah.
I'll give you something you have to cut out of the podcast. Now you have to cut around that. Anyway,
I just want to remind you guys that you have to cut the video part as well whenever you cut the video.
Oh,
it's true. It'll look really awful.
we gotta
People are gonna be like, "What was that missing
We're
chunk?"
gonna keep that.
That's for the patrons. No, that's for the OnlyFans.
Wow, man.
God damn it.
Okay, Zacarra, go for it.
You're gonna show the Covenant. Why are there only elites?
That too.
Where are the
Although
jackals?
Point. Wait,
Pablo has said there are also grunts in an interview and stuff.
And brutes too, I think.
Yeah,
I heard something
and
about brutes
hunters?
too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they're just like.
So
holding
we
them
haven't
back,
watched
but
far
then
enough.
I'm
We only
also,
watched the
like-
first episode.
yeah, okay, but if
But-
you're
Yeah,
gonna
watch
have
it in
no,
seconds.
no. If you're gonna have a Covenant raid, you have to have the Covenant, not just an elite raid. If you're gonna have an elite raid, then have it be like the freaking Shadow God,
Silent Shadow.
the Silent Shadow.
Well, think about Reach
guys
though. When they
remember-
went to go steal that scientist in Reach, it was just a squad of elites, and it was super badass. And that's like everyone's favorite thing out of the whole Halo franchise. So I'm just saying.
But
like,
then
that
you
can
go
lift the
further
thing.
into the mission. You go further into the mission, and there are grunts, and there are jackals, and there are hunters, and like
Because here's the thing, like, first contact with the Covenant, wasn't it like brutes, jackals, and grunts only? It's
Yes.
like, okay, maybe. But
Yeah.
also, that was like 25 years before the events of Halo 1, and apparently this is set in 2552. Like,
Yes.
it's not first contact with the Covenant. Chief already has his fucking energy shields and shit,
Yeah.
right? Which means he at least has the Mark 5, except they probably don't even fucking care about any of
Actually,
that shit.
he
No.
referred to it as Mark 6. There was a line in
Yeah.
the first episode where he's like, "This is Mark 6 Mjolnir. You're not gonna be able to shoot through it."
Oh, but wait, Neo, you're forgetting.
Awesome.
This is the silver timeline, so it's not canon.
Yeah,
So
so the
everything
shields
is-
could have just come from Halsey. Who knows? Here's the other thing I like about the show. I like Natasha McKellen. McElhone, she
Yes.
says, actually. She pronounced it McElhone. I like Natasha
Halsey
McElhone.
is fucking great. I love
Yeah,
Halsey?
that was cool.
Halsey's
But you know
the way
what?
she, like,
That's
portrays her.
because Natasha McElhone said that she studied the character and got really into it and likes it a lot. Versus the showrunners who were like, well, we specifically didn't look at the video game. It's like, what?
I mean, to be fair about that point, the thing is, I'm pretty sure they said they didn't look exactly, they didn't look very much at the games, which I think is kind of messed up. But they at least looked a lot of into the universe itself.
The world and the universe.
Yeah,
Which-
in their
okay,
defense.
Not the video game.
But I do think
Okay.
the video game is
How
obviously
fucking
the
hard
most
did they
important.
look?
The source
If
material,
the,
though.
if the source material is that far off. Okay, first of all, we've in any of the media, in any of the lore, in any timeline, whatever the fuck, whatever, in no book, video game, movie, etc., have we seen a Covenant artifact or like a Forerunner artifact give memories to someone?
That's kind of new.
Dude,
Kind
it
of
does-
just
it
changes
does
the whole
that,
dynamic.
And it's also an EMP device, and it's also a map. It's a fucking MacGuffin device.
It's a MacGuffin.
Right, like
It's literally MacGuffin. Yeah.
that's the most BS MacGuffin. And I watch Marvel movies, so by the way, just
so
to
I know about BS
Oh, sorry.
MacGuffin.
I know about BS MacGuffins, and that is the most BS MacGuffin I've ever seen in my entire career as someone in media.
To quote Obi-Wan, "I'm so sorry."
That's it.
Yeah,
That's a great one. Good.
But yeah,
Thank
that's a
you.
great quote.
there's some fuck stuff. So I don't know if you've seen the second episode yet, and it's
No.
not really
No.
it's not really a narrative spoiler, but
Go ahead
they
and tell us about
recast a Jackal character just as a human. So
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
fucking take it as you will, I guess.
We're trying to get the
Um,
actors that play the role the best, including the aliens. Ugh,
It's,
Oh.
the
it's gonna
second,
be people.
there is some just shit that happens in the second episode where it's like, okay, so basically they're turning it from, military. Hold on, Alyx having a seizure.
Yeah, I was like, what the
I
fuck?
thought that was just his camera interacting with the
Yeah.
light.
Uh,
It's like,
Sorry
wow,
about that. Fucking air raid from the
it's a New
Covenant.
Zealand rave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Like it feels like they're. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Feels like
Quickly,
okay, changing species.
line.
Changing
No,
species.
no. Like what was like the last 10 things I said?
I need a weapon.
I never said
Second
that.
episode.
That was your
and then
line?
The jackal guy.
Yeah, the jackal.
Yeah.
character.
Fuck.
your lights were having a
It-
seizure. That's the last thing you said.
No, I know, but the thing.
While you're figuring that out, I just want to point out, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, Alyx, but I feel like you and I have like similar feeling towards the show, maybe, because these three people right here are shitting the shit out of the show. The thing is, I like it, but I obviously think it's very flawed. And the second episode was much worse than the first episode. I was very hyped from the first episode.
That's right.
Like
yeah.
I can enjoy it if
Neo
I
remembers.
make enough effort to like completely detach myself from the books, from past media, from the games, all of that. If I
Yeah.
detach myself
Second,
from all of that and act like I'm new to Halo, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, same.
Imagine being someone that comes into Halo from this series, right? And you're like, fuck yeah, I'm going to play the video games. And then you boot up either Halo Reach or Halo 1, take your pick, and 5 minutes in, you'll just be like, what the fuck is this? This isn't like the show.
Yeah, this
Right?
isn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
Like,
this isn't the
what
Halo
about
I know.
people-
This is
What
bullshit.
about people that the series is like alienating
Hashtag not
existing
my
Halo
Halo.
fans, right? This also kind of means it's going to alienate anyone who comes in and wants to play the games because they
Yeah.
barely have anything in fucking common. If people
Yeah.
are like,
Reaching
oh, I
a
want to like
broader
play that
audience.
narrative.
Don't forget about
But-
that, right?
Yeah, right.
Broader
Marketing.
audience.
That's
Here's my
definitely
thing. Here's my
broader
thing.
audience.
If you're going to give yourself the opportunity to make it non-canon, there's no reason once you've made that decision to depart as far as you did. Like to Neo's point, to at least make it feel similar. Well, you should at least make it feel similar. I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you can say, well, any kind of things we have to change around or whatever. This, or you could just say these events did not occur, but at least make it tonally similar
Yeah,
for
and
that sake.
That's the thing I'm missing the most. I think this just, it's kind of vague, but I miss the spirit of the Halo games.
Yeah,
Like-
there's like a conflict of interest going on, especially right
Yeah.
now, where they have a whole bunch of artists that want to do so many cool things.
Mm.
But one, it's an established franchise that's been going on for a long time now. And two,
Mm-hmm.
the people at the very top, like the market share people and all that stuff, the people that are in like the business side of things, they want to reach a broader audience. You can't reach a broader audience while at the same time you can't reach a broader audience while at the same time wanting to grow your market. You can't do both. Or, I mean, no, you can't give. Wow, I messed that up.
I know what you mean.
Give your artists artistic liberties that you want them to have while also trying to grow your market. Because you're just going to
Yeah.
create.
All they're doing is
Specific market
shifting your market.
segments.
You're not
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
growing it. You're just like
Yeah.
you're just literally just picking it up and moving it, which is not a good thing.
Why don't we
Because
take
You're-
Bikini Bottom and move it somewhere else?
But yeah, the thing I was gonna say is like the second episode is like some really weird fucking interpersonal like drama television show that honestly feels like it would feel better in like the Mass Effect universe. That's what I'm gonna say. As someone who hasn't even fucking played the Mass Effect games like more than an hour each, it is extremely like Halo's kind of this weird thing, right? Because it's like it's not inherently like a military genre in terms of like the story it tries to tell, but it is absolutely a military setting. I mean, it's the UNSC. It's all it's military, all that kind of stuff. The show is just completely just something else. It's fucking dumbfounding to some degrees. Some of the some of the creative changes, and it's a shame because some of the creative changes they've made, I'm like, well, that's not the original, but that's also actually pretty cool. Like, the insides of High Charity where they're doing this weird like white tree thing. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not Halo, but that is really fucking cool. If
It does look
I'm
pretty
like, if
cool.
High Charity did look like that, I'd be like, wow, you fucking nailed it, because it's really interesting design.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But they've fucking deviated.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly.
What
It's like they should have called it the series literally like Halo Silver or something with a fucking subtitle in it, because people are just gonna be like, oh, this just is Halo. So then they'll go play the games, and then they'll just be like, well, hold on.
Well,
Yeah.
they're probably
These
going
don't-
to be pleasantly surprised when they play the games, so that's good.
It'll be the fucking like Spider-Man pointing meme. They'll be like, which one is the fucking
It's that.
canon?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's probably a good call. Fuck, I can't remember what I was going to say either.
Well, okay.
You know what? That's what bothers me. I just want to say this about Master Chief. Master Chief bothers me more than anything because in that one of the scenes that they released ahead of time, I felt like really strongly like, wow, that's not too far off. It was like the scene between him and Quan where they, where he's getting biomedical servicing happening to him, but then everything else, like I saw stuff out of episode 2 out of context, but like,
Dude,
Chief,
context doesn't
Chief,
fucking help.
his Chief's helmet's off and he's like screaming at a guy like Batman, and it's just like,
Yeah.
There's not
what?
context for that. That's
Chief literally never screamed.
yeah.
It kind of lost me there, to be
Bro,
honest.
this is someone who like had his fucking like tendons torn out because he got blown up by a fucking rocket, and he still just like ran 200 meters without bitching about it. Like, he wouldn't be the kind of person to make verbal exertions, in my opinion.
Here's my stipulation about the show. I really wanted it to be good, and they said it was going to be non-canon, so I was like, okay, cool. So you're going to make characters that are non-canon in a non-canon timeline, and we get to see the Halo universe through a different lens. That's what I would have wanted. But then they're like, okay, but here's Master Chief. Why does everything have to be about Master Chief? We have the Halo video games. Like, that's all about Master Chief. You could make the same story with a different scientist, or even Halsey. Like, Halsey was great. Natasha McElhone, forgive me,
You're
is
forgiven.
fantastic. Like, she's probably one of the highlights of that show for me. Like, the insurrectionists and how they all interact with each other, I'd love to see more of that. If you made an entire Halo TV show about the insurrection,
Yeah, the
fucking
Korean
awesome.
people
Yeah.
at the beginning, that was really cool. I was
I-
like, oh man, you're
I like
doing
that.
something.
I did not
And then
realize
the guy died. It's like, what?
I did not realize they were going to use
Well, it's-
like Korean
Yeah.
in the show, like canonically, and the daughter starts talking to her dad in Korean and is like, "Dad, I'm scared."
That was awesome.
And I got chills because it reminded me of me going to my dad and being like, I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, it like really resonated with me. And I was like, oh shit, this has the potential to be really good. And then they just threw all of those characterizations away. And it's
First half of the first episode felt like it was made by a different creative team.
Yeah.
It does. It
Yeah.
really. The first half kind of doesn't even feel like Halo, but like, it's still really good.
It's
Actually,
still really
Yeah.
good.
in a lot of ways.
Well, but then
I've
no, go ahead.
sorry, continue. No, you're good.
Alphabetical order. Neo goes first.
Yeah, but she
Neo
was
goes
already
first.
talking, so you should continue what you were already saying.
If you're gonna like, yeah, it doesn't feel Halo, but like if you read any of the books about the insurrection, or if you read any of the lore about the insurrection, it totally fits into that timeline. Well, not even the timeline, but it fits into the genre, and it fits into that universe, and it feels like a real thing. If you read, or not read, but if you listen to Hunt the Truth, that seems like a totally plausible thing in that universe, and I'd love to see more of it. So why are we just like forcefully trying to inject Spartan 2s for that matter, into a storyline that could totally just flourish on its own by itself? Where are the headhunters? Where are the Spartan 3s? Because some of them still exist. Where are the Spartan 4s? There are Spartan 4s in 2552. That then
It's the silver
like,
timeline, though.
but then
Yeah, wrong timeline.
yeah, but like there are Spartan 4s that then ally with the Covenant because of whatever issues or like moral foundries that they have because of this like really fucked
Moral
up Spartan.
quandaries?
Yes.
Boundaries.
Same
Okay,
thing.
got it.
You
I was
understand what I
confused.
meant.
Drums.
But like use the existing lore, or use the storyline that exists to your advantage. Like, why are you trying to like pull shit out of your ass that doesn't make any sense and like stick it together on a stupid like gum wall when
Yeah.
it doesn't work, when you can just take the existing lore that already works and then make something that's actually good? I don't know.
Yeah.
Burn, you have your
The
hand
thing
raised.
is, I think you make some great points, and that was my first thought too. I think like don't include the chief and all that. But honestly, I think the main reason is, you know, because people know Chief. That's the only character like the general audience knows from Halo. When they think of Halo, they know Master Chief.
So they want to
Uh,
run with characters that people already know, but they still want to just completely fucking change everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think they wanted to make something new, but like the marketing team or something, I don't know. Someone was like, no,
Yeah,
we
it
need
does
a
kind of
Chief.
feel like
And
yeah,
they
it feels like too many
tried
cooks in
to
the kitchen.
combine like a new character with an existing character for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of you two.
So pull a Marvel, have like a cameo of the Master Chief, show him in promotional
yeah,
stuff,
that would have been lit.
but have him be like this whole other thing where it's like, oh yeah, you
Yeah,
have
like a
Spartans.
holy character.
Yeah,
Well, they could have made the Master Chief a literal hero character where like he's off in other parts and like he's, you know, occasionally his narrative intertwines into the Halo series, but he's not the main focus. And then you'd see him and like everyone would be fucking rooting on screen. It's like, yeah, it's like
Yeah,
in
like
Fire
Forward
Team
and
Raven
Gone.
where you're playing the
Yeah.
ODSTs and occasionally you see Chief going through his
Yeah,
fucking story.
that- it would
but
have been
he's not-
exactly like
he's
that.
He's not living your story. He's living his own, but they just cross paths sometimes.
yeah. Or
They
if
should have
you-
done that, I
if
think.
Yes,
Mhm.
I 100% agree. Like if you have Spartan 3s or Spartan 4s, it's like, yeah, these are Spartans. They're really cool. But Master Chief is the guy. He is literally the Christ. And so, you know, they're getting their asses kicked, you know, the actual Spartans, and you see this, and then the insurrection is like, oh my god, Spartans can die, oh my god. And then Master Chief comes in and just annihilates everyone, and it's like, oh, no, like, this is the guy, this is the epitome of this universe. This is why this universe is in existence. Like,
My favorite fucking thing from the show is still got to be in the first episode where the insurrectionists with the turret just do fucking nothing, and then as soon as Chief picks it up, it's a god weapon, and he just fucking kills everyone.
Yeah.
And it's the same fucking gun.
yeah. Yeah.
Just like, bro.
Yeah, that's not how
He
guns
just has
work.
the power.
Or like one of the
Knock out
coolest
the touch.
one of the coolest things I think in the video games or even in Hunt the Truth is the way that other characters talk about the Master Chief and how your story, like especially in Reach, you have to get this Cortana fragment to the Pillar of Autumn because Master Chief needs this. Like, you are so inconsequential, and yet the stakes are that much higher because of it. And then, in Hunt the Truth, it's like, we're talking about the Master Chief. And, like, that in and of itself is just the most magnificent thing that's ever happened and will ever happen in that audio drama. And he doesn't even show up. He's not even in this, like, you never hear his voice. You never, like, see him or visualize him in the audio drama. He's not a character. He's just mentioned. And that's, like, still one of the highlights of the audio drama. It's like, why
it builds up the legend of the Chief. It makes him,
Well, it's like
it elevates his character.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing with like Forerunners in general, where a lot of the kind of like big, a lot of what I think made the Forerunners really interesting in the Bungie era is how much they were kind of just a complete mystery. Like, books aside and stuff, which even still is all shit that came out after Halo 3, like after Bungie already told their story with the Forerunners, right? It was just presumed they were long gone, already dead. You'd never see them except for, remnants like Spark and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the whole kind of like the mysterious, oh, are we Forerunners? What's that? And then they just like never alluded on that. Like, it's the same kind of thing. Yeah. By not showing Chief all the time, you have the perfect opportunity to actually paint him as being as legendary as you feel in the games, without just having like the whole overpowered, just fucking annihilate everything immediately kind of thing. Like it's
ironically, it's like, well, we didn't look at the games, and then it's like, okay, but like the turret scene makes me think it's like, really?
Yeah. Well, it's like the value of like being amazing is lost if that's the norm. Like if you're used to seeing, Spartans and whatever as the baseline, well then it's like, okay, well then you like don't really have a heroic. You don't really have like the special mystery units like above them. If it was more from the perspective of just like general Marines and stuff, and then Spartans would occasionally come in, it would be like Halo was, where in Halo Wars' campaign narrative especially, Spartans are supposed to be like the superheroes of the story. And then you get the Spartans, and it's like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, now I can do like anything I want because I've got the Spartans.
Again, at the beginning of episode 1, the insurrectionists talking about like how Spartans are horrible killers, and they're like, that was sick. That actually is sick. I think about it now. I think back on it now, and it's like, wow. That I would have been very much okay with it if they had kept on that in that same tone. And so to your point, to build up the legend of them would have been very powerful, and is the way you ought to do it.
See, I have good ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So why the fuck can't Paramount? But yeah,
subscribe to Neo's Bandcamp.
Yeah. Well, another thing that really baffles me is that they went so far into the technicality of creating a Sangheili language, like creating the language of the Covenant, and like making it so realistic that it's like, oh, here are the sounds that elites can make with like 4 mandibles.
With only their 4 mandibles.
Only their 4 mandibles. But
maybe that's why we haven't had any of the Covenant. They don't want to do the same fucking process for every species.
Right, but like at the same time, they speak English in the video games. They speak English in the books. They speak English in all of the other media, which, if you have 4 mandibles, like logically does not make any goddamn sense. But you go through all of that effort to make this very technical thing like an actual language. I don't know if any of you guys have ever like gone into like the history of language or like how it's created or like any of that kind of bullshit that they made me learn in school. It's hard. So for them to create an actual like made up whatever language out of just specific sounds is like, Wow, that's really incredible. But they can't
super
get
cool.
Master Chief to shoulder a rifle correctly?
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah, the manual of arms is pretty frustrating. It's just
Yeah. I think that's my main issue. I feel like, yeah, like we've said, like a lot of parts are really good. Like you can feel like a lot of people who worked on this show really loved it and actually respected the series. But then obviously some people didn't know what the fuck a Halo was. So, and that's why we got some weird stuff.
John Halo. He doesn't afraid of anything.
It just feels very tunnel vision where, like, you can see they're passionate about what they're doing because there's all these specific, intricate details where they've gone, like, all out. But it feels like they've done it at the expense of just not actually paying attention to, like, half the fucking shit that's actually on screen.
Yeah.
Here's my philosophy about writing
Right, well.
and storytelling. Yeah, I mean, other than the obvious of, like, write well. Like, write a story that has once upon a time, then whatever happens in the middle, and then the end. Right? That is the classic story. Once upon a time, whatever the fuck happens in the middle, the end. That's it. Create a character, give them conflict, give them resolution. It doesn't have to be like a specific character, just write the story. Write a main like idea and timeline of what you want to happen in your story that follows those basic rules. And then add characters in. And then add conflict in. And then add effects and fight.
There's no such
choreography.
thing as this. Oh, it's hard going from video games to television. It's just hard. Like it's just all you got to do is tell a story.
Well, and then honestly,
What is process?
Creative process.
well, and then
What?
the argument that I've heard is that people are like, well, video games are, a different media than like TV shows or like movies. Well, okay, you can look at comic books. We're going to ignore DC because they absolutely suck ass at this. Even though I am a huge DC fan. You can see I'm a huge DC fan, and I admit that DC sucks at the movie aspect and the TV show aspect. Marvel, however, as kitschy and like B+ as they can be sometimes, take a two-dimensional media of like comic books that defy reality in 103 different ways and then make it like real
Yeah.
with real people in real life with like real props that look like you can hold them.
Marvel sometimes, I think the MCU stuff kind of feels manufactured as fuck,
Yeah.
which is partially because that's exactly what there is. But,
Right.
like, on a technical level, they're very good at doing that.
Yeah.
Like, almost all the movies are, like, fucking spectacular as shit to watch, and, like, half of them are actually just genuinely pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, if you can take 2D material and make a 3D live action product, why can't you take a 3D bless you?
Oh Jesus!
Bless you.
Why
That
can't you
scared me.
take a 3D reference like and models that are already there from the video games and then make them into also 3D? Like the base is already there. You already have the 3D assets and the 3D models.
They did that visually. I think everything looks good. Except for like the Covenant stuff sometimes, in my opinion. But I think it looks good. But yeah, just like the story itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, that Prophet looked really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, the prophets look incredible.
I thought that was sick.
He had the
Yeah.
little waddle and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Mercy's
Yeah.
also my spirit animal, so
Yeah.
I have this like
Why
bit
was it
that I
not
did.
destroyed with the worst of the fleets?
Yeah.
Well,
He's
that's like
kind of
anime
Truth,
Dragon Ball
though.
Prophet of Mercy.
Isn't he
Yeah.
kind of like acting like Truth? He's like
Yeah, he
the
seems to kind of be a
calm
bit of a
dude.
stand-in for like both of them,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which seems
yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Who fucking knows what they're doing at this point? It's
Well, I'll tell you
like,
what, I've got
we
another.
can't really expect them to go anywhere, right? Because like they're just
Mhm.
doing whatever they want. So
I've got it free for the next 4 episodes, so I'll I'll be part. I'll watch the second one, and then I'll watch the
Okay.
third one.
Good. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
We'll see
how
how far I
it
make
goes.
it's
But
just actually free here.
but the question is it worse than the Book of Boba Fett?
Yes.
No, in my opinion, so far. We'll
Oh,
see.
really?
I hated the Book of.
We finally have found real conflict.
Except
You'll
for
know
the
they
two
fuck up
episodes.
if
Except-
like there's an episode of Halo for Paramount where they just like switch out characters and then it's literally just about like Buck or something for 2 episodes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those 2 episodes in the Book of Boba Fett were like some of the best television I've ever seen. The rest of it was
Yeah.
quite horrible in my opinion. But
No,
The
that's
finale
fair.
was
we'll see what
pretty
happens.
rough.
See what happens.
Oh, the finale is pretty rough. I'll tell you what. If Halo's finale is really bad, then yeah, I'll put it in League with Boba.
And it's already been renewed for season 2.
Oh.
Halo.
Remember they
yeah,
already
I
confirmed
know.
season 2 is like greenlit before it even fucking came out.
Yeah.
How does that
Yeah.
even work?
They
Aren't you
probably
supposed to like
regret
wait
now.
till you get ratings before you like do that kind of thing?
You are.
Or are they just that fucking
well,
confident?
It depends. It depends on what their projected. Well, so now we're getting really technical into production, but it depends on how much has been invested by the like corporate entities, and if they feel confident in renewing another season, knowing that the second season is going to be better than the first before the ratings even come out. Like they know it probably wasn't that great, but they know people are going to come back and watch a second season regardless of what the initial ratings are. And so if they can blow all of the fans out of the water in the second season, they know they're going to have that profit from season 2 and then potentially even more profit for season 3. So that's more of like the business production mindset of renewing a season before the ratings come out.
Just make it good the first time around.
Well,
I know.
okay.
Come on.
Well,
How
I
hard
mean,
is it?
yeah, obviously, but like,
Fuck you,
Yeah.
I gotta try and do that. No.
yeah. Yeah. Well, at least in the Book of Boba Fett, you understand that physics is real. And
That
you know,
way that it looks when people jump in this show is so
Yeah,
weird.
true. Yeah. It looks
It's
it
so
looks video
stupid.
gamey though. It looks video gamey. So that's good.
I know.
But-
And that's what perplexes me. Again, it's like we just paid
Yeah.
attention to the world and characters. It's like, okay, if you study the Halo universe, you'll find that physics works the same because it's based on our universe.
Well,
if you
I
watch
mean-
the video games, you'll be like, oh, goofy physics, got it.
Yeah, you do jump pretty damn high in Halo though.
yeah,
I will
as
say.
Master
Yeah.
Chief, which is fine,
Yeah.
but you still
Yeah.
land really hard. And they,
Well,
like,
no,
have the
not in
sound
Halo
effects.
3. In Halo
Okay.
3, it's like you're on the moon.
Yeah, it's kinda-
What I'm saying is it looks like they looked at the video game for reference and not
then-
the universe.
But then they also like had that come over to just the random ass human characters where it's like, what's her name? She jumps off the cliff in the first episode and like she literally goes an extra 15 feet because whatever. Like there's no explosion, there's no propulsion, there's no extra.
Quan Ha.
Quan
Yaren
Ha.
Ha.
Quan Ha.
Played
Yeah.
by Yaren Ha.
Yeah.
Quan
Yeah.
Ah.
I get confused between the actress's name and the character's name because
Yeah, they made them
they're
really
almost
similar.
the same. They're almost the same.
Why don't we just
Yeah.
call her Stanton Brohammer?
Wow.
That's what
Well,
it
if
is,
she-
right?
If she gets
Yeah.
her own pelican, oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Korean
Hell yeah.
girl Brohammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. K Hammer. Or something.
Hey, Hammer.
Okay, Hammer.
There it is. I coined it. I was first.
I mean, does she? But here's the thing: does she listen to BTS?
That's amazing.
Ooh, that is the question. Are they still alive in 2556?
They probably have been preserved, yes. I can
Yeah.
almost guarantee BTS is still alive. In
Or at least
2030.
their music has.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would be a thing. You know, they developed Mjolnir in Korea, and so you think that the guys who was developing Mjolnir were like bopping out to some K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh my god, that's a short film I want to watch. I want to see like
That's
the
the TV
guy
show
who.
I want to watch.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It
Well, that was
fun.
a good 5-minute discussion.
yeah. I was gonna say like you just wanted to mention something quickly about the show.
I think I gave
the
us
entire
almost
episode.
45 minutes of argument about that.
Hell yeah, let's go.
It's hard not to with like, just how much it's
It is
fucking
hard not
doing.
to.
It is
This-
interesting to discuss it though, because I feel like there are like as we said, like there are good things, but there are a lot of bad things. So some people focus on the bad
Yeah.
things, some people focus on good things. Some people do both. I think it's a good like conversation starter.
I just
Or
can't
Yep.
turn my brain off when I like consume media, and so every technical aspect that I've ever learned and has been given to me previously just is in the forefront of my mind, which is why I love movies like Blade Runner 2049, Ghost in the Shell, Certain Marvel movies too, where it's just like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually watching this.
Yeah.
They're so stunning on every level that it's just like I can't analyze every piece of it. I just have to sit down and watch it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the most captivating stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe this is a mistake, but I just thought, should we do like? Oh, we probably shouldn't. Should we do like our one favorite movie of all time? But that's also pretty hard.
It's always different, like every week.
Yeah.
I
Same.
think.
Yeah, I have good movies that I love that I could give you, but I honestly don't know if they're like my all-time favorite or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too hard. Oh, look at Zacarra. She's just using like 150% of her brain capacity.
A couple of weeks ago, it was Blade Runner 2049. Last week, it was Up.
Same.
This week, it's Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, okay. I actually watched that Saving Private Ryan for the first time like a few weeks ago.
Dude,
Damn
amazing
strong movie. Even if it
I don't
is
think
a bit,
Zacarra's
like,
seen it.
Americanistic.
Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
I have.
It's like very America focused, but it's
Okay.
still really good.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I
Yeah.
played Call of Duty
I
World
just
War II.
haven't-
Fucking close enough.
I haven't seen Straight Metal Jacket and
Full Metal Jacket.
full straight.
So close.
Apparently, she hasn't seen it.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a trilogy, sort of. There's like 3 movies that are regarded as being sort of in the same bracket, and it's Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket, and Platoon.
Mhm.
They're all 3 different directors, but they're all the like Vietnam
Yeah.
trilogy, sort of. They say they sort of all are. You're supposed to watch them all, in order. Apocalypse Now being 79, and all the way up till Platoon, which is like 86 or something, 87.
See, those are the
So
movies
it's like almost
that
10
they
years
don't make
worth
you
of
watch.
Vietnam movies.
They don't make you watch those movies in film history class. So
Well,
Yeah.
that's probably because they're not exactly PC at times.
yeah, well,
So
no, there are plenty of movies that I've watched for.
we're not
various-
PC. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, for film classes. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, well, that was a good discussion. Thanks, everybody.
All right, Zacarra, time for you to shut the fuck up.
No, I'm just,
Damn.
no, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
I did. I said that.
Hey, but this was
I will
fun, though.
say-
We will do this every 10 episodes in the future.
We will.
Neo, you will say.
I was gonna suggest some movies.
Oh,
No.
nah, you're yeah. That's no. What movies? What movies do you like?
Haha, Neo joke aside, The Matrix is genuinely one of my favorite movies, like the first one.
Yes.
That feels like a
Um,
perfect fit for you.
Or
Vern. No, The Matrix is a really interesting and amazing film.
The original
Are-
Matrix and only
Yeah.
the original Matrix.
only the first
I-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only the
I
first
couldn't sit through the second one. That was horrible. But that was a long time ago though. But the first one was
I've
good.
only ever seen the first one, actually.
The rest of them are like fine, but they also could have just not existed, and that would have been
Yeah.
just as good.
Yeah.
The Matrix as a standalone film, I think, is like incredible.
Yeah, it's like
it
Halo
tells such a
CE
crazy
versus-
story that especially I think is kind of it has ties that kind of make it a bit relatable the further technology and society progresses, and I'm super into like cyberpunk and stuff, so I also like it in that regard. It's also just a fucking sick martial arts movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
their
good
fight
on so many
choreography.
levels.
Their fight.
And it has
choreography
Keanu
is
Reeves in it, and
fantastic.
Keanu Reeves is cool.
He
So,
is.
Yeah. QT.
Indeed.
I'm gonna name my kid Keanu after you, Neo.
We're not naming our kid Keanu.
I don't...
Keanu's
No.
Where does that name come from?
From him.
Maybe
What is
it's
his like
Hawaiian?
ethnic background? That's what I'm thinking. That's my
It's from the Matrix. It's in the Matrix.
That's right. Keanu was born to be in the Matrix.
Yeah. I'm gonna name my kid Takoyaki from Neo.
We're all gonna name our offspring after.
Dude,
something
that
in
kid's gonna
Neo's
get fucking
life.
bullied, dude. Like, seriously, don't do that.
Takoyaki. That's not a good
Japanese
kid
taco.
name.
You know that literally translates to, like, grilled octopus, right?
Oh, it does. Shit.
Mhm.
I'll just name my kid Grilled Octopus.
Nice.
That's like the name of a fucking, like, Metal Gear character.
No, that's like a Super
But yeah.
Smash Bros.
Grilled
character.
Octopus.
Oh man.
Grilled octopuses join
My
the fight.
nemesis. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Thanks, Nintendo.
Dr. Grilled Octopus.
This episode of Not a Halo podcast is sponsored by Copyright Takedown.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wait, Metal
go,
Gear's
yeah.
not Nintendo.
Yeah, but Nintendo's Nintendo.
True.
Smash Bros. Reference.
Yep.
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
Well,
We're done.
Nintendo owns
Bye.
the rights to Metal Gear.
No. That. Goodbye.
What were you saying, Zacarra?
Nintendo owns the
Recording's
rights to
over.
Metal
You can keep talking though.
Damn, man. Chivalry is fucking dead, eh?
Oh, yeah. I opened the door for myself.
Oh yeah, she's a fucking. Anyway.
I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Are you trying to be Australian
Yeah,
or
that
some
can't-
shit? Like, what the fuck's going on?
That was the idea.
Just
No,
because-
nobody
just
likes an
because
Australian.
Just
I was
because I
making
call
this and
myself that doesn't mean you can call me that.
I do call you that.
I
You're
know,
fine
but
with it.
like people don't
but,
understand. They
I was
don't get
making
it.
my hash. I was making my my corned beef and hash, and I was just like, I'm getting it off the Bobby. And then I said to myself, I was like, who's Bobby?
Barbie or Bobby, because I feel like
The
those are-
Bobby.
I mean, one is like cis het, and the other one is like very fruity.
What is cis het?
Cisgender heterosexual.
Yeah.
Okay, het. Got it.
Damn, I'm cishet, and even I understood that.
Well, then that just means Snow is very clearly not.
I mean, to be fair, it does kind of sound like a species from Halo. The
The
cishet.
cishet.
Wait, what are they called? The Yon Het?
the Yon
Yon
het.
het, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
man.
Yon het from fucking Nightfall, the Star
Yeah.
Trek monster. God.
Yeah, just because they couldn't afford CGI.
Oh.
Yeah. I love that. At least the show isn't Nightfall. That's something.
The cis het.
Oh.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, you know what, though? It kind of feels like it.
Yeah.
That's actually a really great
I mean,
comparison.
not
I never
visually,
thought about
but story-wise, yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's just because Nightfall looked. Actually, no, the elites looked fucking terrible in Nightfall.
Yeah.
But all
That
the
was
props
awful.
and
Well, they were-
stuff
yeah,
were like pretty on
completely
point.
CGI'd.
The narrative
Yeah.
was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
true.
Halo 5.
Yeah, Nightfall was like a sci-fi thing that felt like the Halo skin had just been slapped on it. Oh wait, that's the Halo TV show. But it was produced. Nightfall was produced by Ridley Scott, and this is produced by Steven Spielberg. Still,
Wait,
somehow.
was it
I think
really?
Spielberg's? Yes, that's why it's so bad.
Damn.
Ridley has some hits, and then he has some awful movies, and hits and awful movies. It's just back and forth. He's completely all over the board.
Wow.
Yeah, Ridley Scott was behind Nightfall. You got to rewatch Nightfall with that under that lens. You knew
I'd
that,
really,
I thought.
I'd really rather not.